Hey, my name is Tucker Krause, and welcome back to my channel, and today's video, I've got another weekly news update for you guys. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Also, I won't be covering the FOMC meeting in this video, because I don't really have a lot to add to that. 75 basis points, that's the big part. Alright, so first up, May retail sales decline. They were negative 0.3% month over month versus an increase of 0.1% expected, and this is down from a 0.7% increase in April, which itself is revised down from 0.9%. And so this is the first negative print in 5 months, so this of course is showing that high inflation is continuing to hurt the consumer, and as inflation remains high, retail sales will likely keep dropping, which of course is bad for everybody, because now consumers don't get as many goods as they want, because they have to spend on fundamental things like gas and food, and the retailers themselves are no longer getting these sales, right? I showed you guys last week we're starting to see some gasoline destruction, and so this translates exactly to that. We're now seeing some retail destruction confirmed. To keep going, along with that, now those consumers themselves who are buying less are also losing their jobs. A lot of major companies are beginning a lot of layoffs. As we can see, I've got this massive list here from Zero Hedge, a whole bunch of companies with a lot of people being laid off. Though I should note, a lot of these are in the tech space, so I would be interested to see how long it's going to be, or if we do start seeing lots of layoffs outside of the tech sector, but we're going to see how many of these are in the last, few weeks. And this isn't even everything. Just even since I got this list here, there's been way more, such as Coinbase and Redfin. Alright, so next up, it would seem that the Chinese government is selling US treasuries, as we can see in this chart here off of Twitter. So, meanwhile, China continues to dump US treasuries. Their holdings just reached a new decade lows, and we can see the chart right here, and it looks like they're not slowing down, and they're selling anytime soon. Right, we can just see continuing to sell off here, and so, of course, this leaves Japan as one of the final major buyers of US treasuries. So, with that, though, that's of course not a good sign for US treasuries at all, because, well, the Bank of Japan and Japan's economy and all that, they might be in some trouble. And so if that's the last major buyer of US treasuries, if everything here in Japan goes horribly, if that's going to, going to lead to pain across the globe, because, if that takes Japan, one of the largest economies, along with continuing to hurt the US economy, not good at all. So, as we can see here, Bank of Japan has pumped money like crazy to keep their 10-year bond at 0.25% or lower, and soon they'll destroy their currency, or their bond market will collapse, which hurts not just Japan, but the globe, like I just said. As we can see here, we have the interest rates on their 10-year being stuck here at about 0.25%, though just now starting to break out, and we can see that they have been going like crazy with the money printer, buying as many as they can to keep that yield down. Of course, they're only going to be able to do that for so long, so that's not good at all either. Alright, so back to domestic, more bad news. This is just all bearish today. Mortgage payments skyrocket. So 30-year mortgage rates also had their largest weekly increase since 1981 this week, rising over 0.5%, which is obviously not good for anybody. And so we can see here, this is not oil, a meme stock, or anything else. It's the average monthly mortgage payment in America, up 50%. We can see here, monthly mortgage payment based on median existing home price, including 20% down, an average daily 30-year mortgage rate. It is just gone vertical. Right, it started to jump up here about 2021, but then 2022, it has gone absolutely vertical. And of course, that's not sustainable. Just look at 2008 for reference, not even close. And of course, real estate failing is, one of the biggest recession indicators, or is usually the biggest part of a recession. So, if people start not being able to afford your mortgage, you're going to start seeing real estate fail. Of course, this is also super, super bearish. Alright, another bearish thing. This is just all horrible today. Don't worry, I'll end it off on a good note, alright? So, factory output falling. May industrial production rose just 0.2%, half the rise expected, while factory output fell 0.1% versus expectations of a 0.5% gain. Clearly, inflation has already pushed the US economy into a recession. Plus, lower production means less supply and higher prices. Hashtag stagflation. I think Peter Schiff sums this up perfectly, along with all the other news we've covered today and all the news we've been seeing over the past couple weeks. We're probably already in recession, or, we're very close to one. I think we're not technically in a recession yet, because I think you need 2 negative GDP prints quarterly, which I don't believe we've gotten yet, though I imagine we will see that soon. Anyways, let's stop covering the bearish news for just a second. It's just tough because there's, so much of it. Let's at least cover one bullish thing at the end here, at least for those of you who hold uranium stocks. Alright, so the 2021 uranium production was just revealed. 2021 production was 125 million pounds, and of that, it didn't cover all the demand, obviously. That's why we're investing in uranium. The total demand was 163 million. So it was only about 77% of the demand was covered by newly produced uranium. And of that, Kazakhstan produced 45% of the world's supply, and Kazatomprom, being the top producer, produced 25% of the world's supply. So of course this once again shows why, Russian uranium bans would be so incredibly bullish for, uranium prices and equities for uranium in the USA and Canada and Africa, because pretty much all of it, right, from Kazakhstan, a lot of that of course then goes through to Russia. Of course that shows why that's a big deal, but I'm sure you already knew that. Anyways, now I'm basically just rambling. This is all the, bearish news I've got for you for the week, and I'll try and find some stuff that's maybe a little bit less depressing for next week. Other than that, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.